Hello everyone and welcome back guys to Japan, the penultimate round of the F1 2005 mod career mode, and potentially the championship could be decided today. We need to outscore Kimi Raikkonen by just 5 points to take home the Drivers' Championship here at Japan, and obviously this track has been renowned over the years for setting up title deciders there, obviously over the last couple of seasons, and really, we're in fantastic form to win the Drivers' World Championship. I don't think we've finished lower than P2 in these last 4 or 5 races there, so it's been a fantastic streak for myself here, and well, really, we've come from absolutely nowhere to all over the back, and well, now ahead of both McLarens. We've got myself, Raikkonen is 5 points back, Montoya I think is 16 points back, so he needs to outscore me by 6 points in this Grand Prix. So if Montoya can stay in the title fight, then, well, Raikkonen is still in there as well. But yeah, 5 lights here for Brazil, the penultimate round of the season, and it's lights out, and away we go. They're starting from P8 on the grid there, but we do get a good run down towards T1. They're 4 wide, just ahead of me there, and all 4 of them run wide through T1 there, as well as Jarno Trulli behind, which means we made up 5 places through Turn 1 there, and what the hell happened between those guys? Not really too sure what can really be said there. You can see from Michael Schumacher's point of view, Fisichella just does not even make the, well, he makes the apex there, but carries way too much speed in towards T1. Rubens Barrichello's point of view, he just gets sandwiched between the McLarens there, and well, really nothing any of those guys can do there, and well, we're trying to look from Giancarlo's point of view, from Montoya as well there, and well, Giancarlo, he just carries way too much speed. I presume, obviously, he doesn't know there's got 3 cars on his outside there, but yeah, 4 wide through T1 there, and that worked out absolutely fantastically for myself, now up into P3 of the Grand Prix there, and that really did not work out well for Kimi Raikkonen, as he found himself way down at the rear of that little group, but pushing Michael Schumacher through the 130 other as we come now down towards the end of lap 1 there. He dips a wheel on the grass there as he comes through the final chicane there, through the Castigo triangle, and now we're going to get much better drive on the exit there. Nearly hit the pit wall on the final corner there, but we now move up into P2 of this Grand Prix here, and Fernando Alonso still leads the way there, but the team are telling me, it is wet enough for the wet tyres here. I don't think, genuinely, we haven't used them at any point this season. The dry tyres have been phenomenal in the wet track there, but we're finally going to use them. I feel, it's going to rain the rest of this Grand Prix there, and the track really is only going to get wetter at this stage of the day, so we're going to try and pit onto a set of the wet tyres here. The one time so far this championship we're going to be able to use the wets, and well, it's going to be very, very interesting to see almost what they're like, really. We haven't got too much of a gamble at this stage. We've got a few points in hand over Kimi Raikkonen at this stage of the championship, so we could afford to lose a couple here today, but obviously really we don't want to try and do that, and well, it's a risky strategy. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it any more than that. Risky strategies have pretty much put me with this 5-point lead as we come now down in towards the penultimate round of this season, so I think it's only fair that we go for one more. And I must say, these wet tyres instantly felt like they were actually working pretty damn well here. You see not too many grooves on the tyres, actually, if any. You can't really see them when the tyres are moving there, but yeah, we were on this set of the wet tyres here. You can see on the top right hand side of left hand side even of your screens, and now it was absolutely crucial that we tried to make sure that we kept consistent, and we tried to make up the time to Fernando Alonso here, because all these guys will still have to pit in this Grand Prix. Technically, we don't need to anymore in this Grand Prix there, and this is absolutely fantastic for myself in the early stages of the Grand Prix, but it's just going to be a case of whether the track does stay wet enough, whether, that, well, really we need the track to get as wet as possible, as soon as possible, so we can try and capitalise on the rest of the field there. But Montero now just ahead of me here in the Jordan car. We've got a huge train of cars there, and a look at the extra traction we had over the Jordan driver there, down the inside of as many cars as we possibly can there. It's actually my teammate Christian Klein doing his best impression of a Trulli train there, and we made up 4 places down in towards the hairpin there. Again, much better drive right around the outside of my teammate there as we come now down in towards Spoon here, and this is working out fantastically well for myself there. I've run a little bit deep into Spoon there, and now we are still able to hold on to that place for now. They dip wheel over the gravel there, but we are able to keep it just about out of there, just about nice and tidy. Now on the end of lap 5, a few more drivers are now starting to make their pit stops here, but none of them are going onto the wet tyres here, so clearly Renault believe, you know, it's still dry enough for the dry tyres here. And you can just tell there's puddles absolutely everywhere. You can just see there 2 cars up the road is Fernando Alonso there. So he has been able to hold on to the race lead, well, the net race lead of this Grand Prix there. But we don't know where Kimi Raikkonen is. I can only obviously presume that he's just a couple of cars even, sorry, behind me by the time everyone does make their pits. But yeah, we just don't know at this stage of the Grand Prix there. But we've got Jacques Villeneuve all over the back of me here still, and there it's really starting to look like these wet tyres aren't working out so well for myself. There are a few more drivers now down in the pit lane there, means we are, yeah, still able to come out in a net P2 of the Grand Prix there. So if we finish P2 in this Grand Prix, that would be 8 points. So we need Kimi Raikkonen to win the title today. We need Kimi Raikkonen to come 6th or lower at this stage of the Grand Prix there. Obviously, we would effectively, obviously, if that did happen and Raikkonen won the final Grand Prix and obviously we didn't score, then we would actually finish level on points there. But obviously, we've won, I think, 6, 7 races to Kimi Raikkonen's 3, so there is no chance, obviously, that he's going to be able to win enough races in the final couple, you know, to be able to win it on countback there. So this is looking really, really good for myself, but we just don't know where Kimi Raikkonen is. And now by lap 8 of the Grand Prix there, well, we're starting to cause a bit of our own trolley train here. The wet tyres they just weren't working anymore, I'm not gonna lie. You know, the AI were going to be much quicker than myself over these next few laps, and well, it's going to be absolutely crucial that we could try and hold on to these places for as long as we possibly could. Then Montoya gives me a punt down towards the hairpin there. I'm not really too sure what that was all about, but he's going to, well, bump and run using, well, did Montoya ever race in NASCAR? I know he used to race in IndyCar a fair bit as well, 2-ton Indianapolis 500 race winner there. But yeah, Montoya punts me out wide there through the hairpin. We're going to send a very, very aggressive lunge down the inside through Spoon there. And well, Montoya, much more grip on the inside, and he's now going to be able to move up into P2 of this Grand Prix there. Fisichella sneaks by as well there, which means we now drop down to P4 of this Grand Prix here, and this is really, really not ideal there. That would mean we take home 5 points, so Kimi Raikkonen cannot score in this Grand Prix now if we do want to come through and win the Drivers' Championship there. But now, as you can see, on lap 10 of this Grand Prix there, and we're still holding on, but Raikkonen sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix there, but that means he's only down at the start-finish line there, so Raikkonen clearly not within the top. Well, you know, see, we've got a huge train of cars in my rearview mirror here, so no idea what has happened to poor old Kimi Raikkonen in this Grand Prix there, but he is not in the top 10 of, sorry, the top 8 of this Grand Prix there, which means we only do need P4 in this Grand Prix. That'll give us 5 points, give us a 10-point lead over Kimi Raikkonen. That'll also mean, obviously, if Montoya was able to win the Grand Prix, he'd be 11 points back as well. So if Montoya is able to win, which is highly unlikely because, well, Fernando Alonso has got a huge race lead here, you know, Montoya would be 11 back, Raikkonen would be 10 back, and we would actually, we take the championship on countback here at Japan here. So we've really now got to do everything within our power to hold on to P4 of the Grand Prix. We're effectively doing, well, I say a wet tyres dry track even challenge, but it's a wet track, but the dry tyres are so much quicker at this stage of the Grand Prix. And now as we come on to the final lap of this race there, and now we've got Jarno Trulli all over the back of me here. We're doing his infamous Trulli train. You know, he's been renowned for being able to hold up other cars, but what's he like trying to get past other cars at this late stage of the Grand Prix? We need to do absolutely everything we possibly can to hold on to this P5 there. He has a sneak up the inside through Dunlop there, but we're able to hold it on just for now here, and through in towards the Degners one final time in this Grand Prix. And all we need to do, as I keep saying, is just hold on. We've got half a lap to go of this Japanese Grand Prix. Not really too many overtaking opportunities there. That's another one gone. As we run deep, though, we run deep into the hairpin there. Is Jarno Trulli. He does have a look up the inside there. We get just about better traction than him. Fernando Alonso wins the Grand Prix, but I do not care one bit there because we still are in the position to potentially win the Drivers' World Championship here through Spoon one final time here. Is Jarno Trulli going to be able to get much better traction off the exit of the corner there? Potentially have a look down in towards the Casio Triangle. He's not. Jarno Trulli is not closing up anywhere near enough. He's in the slipstream, but we've got a very, very much, you know, straight line speed orientated setup there. Has to lift out through Spoon, 130 other, and down in towards the Casio Triangle one final time, taking it so cautiously there. And if I'm not mistaken, out of the final corner, we're going to come through to win the F1 2005 Championship there. And, well, we'll need to make sure we check on the race results there. But yeah, 5 points for the race victory there. Raikkonen, therefore, unless he somehow scored points in this Grand Prix, will not be... Well, he'll be 10 points behind, won't he, surely? Which means he won't be able to get it on countback here. So I think, yeah, genuinely, we've won this World Championship there with 1 round to spare there. Fernando Alonso finally takes home his first race victory of the season there. And Renault actually able to take home a 1-2 in that race there. But yeah, we just need to know where we are relative to Kimi Raikkonen there. Was he able to score points at the end of that Grand Prix? We still don't know at this stage of the race there. Jacques Villeneuve came through for P10. Not really relevant though, is it? We just need to know where Kimi Raikkonen is. And well, Fernando Alonso very, very happy with that race victory. It's been a long overdue race victory there for the Renault team there, but they do actually take home a 1-2 there. So well, if Montoya hadn't have scored points there, Renault would have been very, very annoyed then. And obviously they weren't able to stay within contention last time out there. But yeah, we just need to know where Kimi Raikkonen is. Obviously all these podium celebrations don't really make any difference to myself. We're neither on the podium nor is Kimi Raikkonen there. But where is Raikkonen? And he's not in the top 8 there, which means yes, we are able to win the Drivers' World Championship here. Fernando Alonso and Giancarlo Fisichella, as I said, able to take home the 1-2 there for the Renault team there. Juan Pablo Montoya able to take home P3, but we only lose at 1 point to Juan there. And Jarno Trulli and Ralf Schumacher there, P5 and P6. Button and Heifeld round out the points, which does mean, yeah, I have no idea what has happened to Kimi Raikkonen in that race there, but he is out of the Drivers' World Championship there. We went from, well, coming into Brazil last time out, just 1 point clear of the McLaren driver there. 2, not even particularly unlucky races. Brazil, obviously, he just got a podium. And, well, here at Japan, he's not going to be able to take home any points there, which means, yeah, we win the Drivers' World Championship on countback there. If Raikkonen won the next race, we'd be tied on points, but I'd take it on overall race victories there, which means, yeah, 7 race victories for myself, 3 for Raikkonen, 3 for Juan Pablo Montoya, and 1 for Fernando Alonso there. Means that we are the Formula 1 2005 Mod Career Mode Championship there. Really, really happy overall with that one. Really quite unexpected on the whole. The second half of the season, we've just been so consistent, scoring good points there. There's now going to be a titanic battle for P2 there between Raikkonen, Montoya, and Fernando Alonso there. 7 points separate those 3 as we go into the final round of the season. Giancarlo Fisichella seems to pretty much have P4 wrapped up there. And now Rubens Barrichello and Michael Schumacher. There could still be a little bit of a battle between those 2 into the final round of the season. Jarno Trulli is now wrapped up for P8 there, if I'm not mistaken there. McLaren, as I said, yeah, are still leading the constructors' standings there. But we are now tied with Ferrari. We take it over them, obviously, on race wins there, which means, obviously, our 7 race victories to their none. Means that going into the final round at China, we have now got to try and outscore Ferrari there in the final race of the season. But world champion as David Coulthard there. What a result it has been for the team there. Fantastic job for Red Bull, their debut season. David Coulthard's championship winning season as well. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Do not forget to check out the Chinese Grand Prix next time out. It will be a last to first. Thank you all so much for the support over the entirety of this season. It's been absolutely incredible. Monaco has nearly got 1,500 views now. What a crazy race that was. So many crazy races overall in this season. This mod is absolutely incredible. If you've got F1 2017 on PC, I would highly recommend checking this mod out. But thank you all so much for watching for one more race there. China next time out. It'll be a good one. But thank you all, and I will see you guys then.